Welcome to Chapter A, Part 2 video. So we got some change words to math statements here. I'm sure you've done these before, but I'm going to be honest with you, it's a warm-up to do a word problem, and we are going to stick you with some word problems along the way. So this is relatively important. So you got to know some words here. I see the word sum. I know that means plus, so I might as well go ahead and write a plus sign. Well, the sum of what? It means I got to have two things, one on either side of the plus sign. The sum of 6. So as soon as I hit that word and, I know, hey, that's the one thing. So one thing goes on one side. So my 6. And, well, what goes on the other side? So there might be more to it than just a number. So it does say twice a number. So I'm not literally writing down, a number like 6 or 7 or whatever, but how do you write twice a number? Well, guys, you got to have a variable in these somewhere, right? Excuse me. So a number that I don't know, how about we call it x? And what does taking twice of something mean? Twice, that means you double it. So hopefully that makes sense that guy would be 2x. And if I already had a plus sign, we already knew that one thing went on one side and the other thing went on the other side. So the sum, that's that guy, of 6, that's that guy, and something else, well, something else was twice a number. So 6 plus 2x. Okay, and these aren't to solve. This is write an algebraic expression. So up here in the directions, expression means no equal sign, just write some math. So 10 less than a number squared. I'm going to start with this part, show you why in a second. A number squared. Well, again, I don't know what the number is. Squared. So people get this one backwards sometimes, and here's kind of why. And most people know less. If you take less something that's mathematically, that means subtract. So the question would be, is it 10 minus x squared? Or is it x squared minus 10? So here's a really good way to figure that out. It's like if you just pick a number to try. So I'm going to pick something easy like, let's go with the number 2. So if I plug 2 into this first problem right here, and I would let you pick up a calculator if you wanted to. If I plug 2 in for this x right here, it's going to end up being 6 for an answer. If I plug 2 in to this other guy, he's going to end up being -6 for an answer. So go back to the original problem. 10 less than a number. Well, is 6 10 less than that guy? Or is -6 10 less than that guy? Well, the first statement I hope you would get, 6 is definitely not 10 away from 2. So you know what? It can't be this one. So sometimes just making up an example, making up a number is helpful. I have no doubt that everybody would have written x squared to represent a number squared. And I have no doubt everybody would have written a 10 and a minus sign. So the question is, which direction did it go? And that's a good way to check. So here's your answer for this guy. All right, third one, the product. So again, if you don't know the word product means times, you're kind of in trouble here. So the product means, well, we're going to multiply two things. I'm going to put a pair of blanks just for the heck of it this time. So the product of 6. So as soon as I hit that word and, I know that here comes the other half of my product. So something on the other side of the times sign. So the difference of a number and 2. Okay, now difference mathematically means subtract. So number, I don't know what it is, and 2. So kind of like the last problem, but here's what's weird about this one. You kind of get away with either one, either direction. So the difference of a number, and 2. So if you'd written a 2 minus n, technically you'd have been right as well, and I'm not going to bore you as to details as why. Now here's the only thing that's quirky about this one. How am I supposed to take 6 times something else unless I find what the something else is first? Because right now, the way we have this written, it means it's going to do 6 times n first, and it's going to subtract 2 later. But that's not what the problem says. So hopefully we know by now, mathematically, you want to make something happen first, we put parentheses around it. And better safe than sorry, I would say 95% of the time, you stick a set of parentheses around 2 items, you're probably right. So if you're not sure about it, go ahead and use them. All right, let's drop down and try this word problem and see if we can put something together based on what we just did there. All right, we got a banquet room. This holds 70 people. We got coach. Now, it's a good idea to underline stuff. hope you guys do this. Trainer, principal, and vice principal that are going to this deal. So if you think about it, we already know, that there is 4 people attending this deal. And obviously there's going to be some more. So they've invited the girls' tennis team, and the tennis team consists of 22 girls, and they get to bring a guest or more guests. So the question will be, how many guests? Well, if one girl brings a guest, or if one girl brings 2 guests, or if one girl brings 3 guests, well, we kind of have to multiply this together to see how many people she's bringing, right? So 22 girls are going to attend no matter what. But then how many guests? Well, you get to 22 girls times however many guests they're going to bring. And we got a maximum of 70 people that fit in this banquet hall. So again, let's kind of go back and check before we bother solving this to see if we're right. This is supposed to be 70, up to 70 people. So let's see if we got all the people covered. Well, here's I'm going to call these guys, what do we even call these guys? The adults? Sure. They're not going to miss a free meal. So the adults, we got them covered, right? Coach, trainer, principal, vice principal, got them all. Well, we know all the girls are going to the banquet, and there's 22 of them, so we got them covered. But then there's got to be more, right? Because they're bringing some guests. We just don't know how many yet. But we got it all covered. So let's go ahead and solve it. Step 1, simplify. Add stuff together or combine stuff that's on the same side already. 26. 22x equals 70. Step 2, move any addition or subtraction. Well, got to move the 26. 26s are gone. I got 22x equals 44. How do I get rid of the 22? I divide. I'm running out of room, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So 44 divided by 22 is 2. And each girl can bring 2 guests. So mom and dad gets to come along for a free meal. All right, so I know how much you dislike word problems. We all do. Nah, that's not true. Math teachers like them. But anyhow, you just got to piece the problem out. You got to concentrate on little bits at a time. You can't try to jump in and swallow the whole thing at one time. So little pieces. Adults, girls, guests. Oh yeah, I had them all together. I got 70 people. All right, guys, that is the conclusion of the very first section in Chapter A. Feel free to come back for more videos whenever you're having trouble. Thanks.